Recorded in Studio 158, beautiful Huntington, Massachusetts. This is Gateway News Network.
Hello, welcome to GNN. I'm John Leahy, and today is Thursday, December 6th, 2012. We have a couple of announcements we would like to share with you. Starting in the month of December, Gateway News Network will be featuring a Pet of the Month, and we would like a photo of your pet. The winner will be pulled out of a hat and be featured on one of our broadcasts for the month. Send a picture of your pet, its name and breed, the owner's name, and a little story about the pet to gnn@students.grsd.org, and tune in to see if you've won. Also starting in December, we will be accepting submissions for an Artist of the Month. Whether the art encompasses drawing, painting, photography, or multimedia, nominate yourself or a friend to be featured on our broadcast. Bring any submissions to room 223 in the junior high, or email digital copies to gnn@students.grsd.org. The News Network also has begun a fundraiser for VHS to DVD conversion. Gateway News Network is conducting a fundraiser converting home videos and educational videos from VHS to DVD. It is $10 for the first conversion and just $5 for every additional conversion, while educators' school videos are free. VHS tapes can be brought to Donna Morrissey in the high school office. For more information, contact us at gnn@students.grsd.org. Now on to coverage about 8th grade's kickball tournament. Wednesday, November 21st was a very fun day for the 8th grade. They held their first kickball tournament of the school year, which started around 9:30 a.m. Everyone seemed to be in good spirits, and they all showed great sportsmanship. It has been a tradition for many years in the 8th grade, as I even participated in one when I was in the junior high. The winner was the Gamble homeroom over the Dekarsky homeroom, 6-0. Even though there was only one winner, fun was had by all. There will be a rematch next spring. Now to Denver and Jeff with an update on Gateway Sports.
Alright, welcome to the first segment of the Gateway News Network Sports Update. I'm Denver Joseph, my co-host Jeff Sabakian, and we will be covering Gateway Sports.
The boys' varsity basketball team looks to rebound this season from a disappointing 5-15 record. Tryouts have been held, and the girls and boys teams have both been decided. The boys only lost one senior this year, and with players gaining another year of experience, the Gators should hopefully be able to turn the program around. The boys were led last year by Austin Cook. The girls' varsity basketball team came off last season with an impressive 17-3 record. Losing seniors may not have the effect it may look. The girls were led last year by Chelsea Merritt.
The first home games for each team are boys basketball December 10th at 6:30, wrestling December 12th at 7 o'clock, and girls varsity basketball Friday the 21st at 6. The boys varsity on December 3rd had the first scrimmage of the season, beating Westfield Vogue.
Tune in at our next broadcast for another sports update.
Hi, I'm Riley Noonan, and welcome to the first middle school news section of the broadcast. I like reading because it expands your curriculum a lot, also because it brings new ideas into my life. Reading can be a hobby or just an activity to do when you're bored, and to me, reading is both. One of my favorite books is The Witches. Some reasons why I like this book are it's fantasy, it's interesting, and it brings new thoughts into my head. This book is about a little boy whose grandmother tells him about witches. Then he comes face to face with the witch, in fact the ruler of the witches. Another one of my favorite books is Smaller Than an Elephant. I like this book because it's realistic fiction, and when I read it was like I was being sucked into the world. This book is about a boy who gets left alone at a campsite in Maine and has to figure out a way back to Massachusetts. This book really touched my heart. Another one of my favorite books is Hoot. I like this book because it has to do with saving animals. This book is about a boy who moves and gets bullied. While on the way to school, he sees a running boy with no shoes on and ends up saving Alice. In fact, I checked this book out from the library, and once I started reading it, I realized it was about one of my favorite movies. One of my favorite authors is Roald Dahl. I like this book because they are fantasy. I like his books because they are fantasy, and they do not get boring. Some of his books are The Witches, George's Marvelous Medicine, and The BFG. These are books I like. And now to school news. All 6th grade students interviewed a veteran as part of their Gateway experience. Rebecca Herman, member of our communication club, interviewed a special person named Stanley Herman. Stanley Herman is Rebecca's grandfather. He lives in Russell, Massachusetts. He was a shipper and received from paper mills and drove a track in the Army. He met his wife at his old school, and they are married for 55 years. He has 5 children: David, Dan, Billy, Laura, and Gary. The grandchildren is Jess Herman, Ryan Fisk, Allie Fisk, Austin Herman, Rebecca Herman, Nick Herman, and Emily Herman. The most important thing is Becca's grandpa cared about was his family. Becca's grandfather still lives in Russell, Massachusetts. During the war, he traveled to Italy, Europe, Switzerland, and Germany. Becca's grandfather requested to join the military instead of being drafted because if you request, you would only have to stay in the military for 2 years, but if you were drafted, you would have to stay for 4 years. He was 19 years old when he signed up for the Army. Mr. Herman was still training when the U.S. was occupying Germany and was in the Korean War. Now over to Izzy on another story on reading.
Hi, I'm Izzy Hathaway, and I just love to read. When I read, all my thoughts go nuts, and I like it that way. My all-time favorite book from when I was little is Goodnight Gorilla. It was about a zoo, and the gorilla steals the keys from the keeper, and the gorilla lets himself and all the other animals out. The zookeeper finds out, so his wife and him come out. The zookeeper finds this out and knows that he has to get all the animals back in their cages. The wife sings a song and all the animals go to sleep. The keeper gets the keys and everyone was soon asleep. This would make a great holiday gift. Now to Kylie on a story on homework.
I'm Kylie Holmes, and this is a report called Homework, Homework, Good or Bad. Homework, what most kids dread, but I love homework, so I want to know, is homework good or bad? I asked 6th grade teacher, Miss Harper, how she feels about homework. Miss Harper thinks that homework is a good thing. She said that taking at least 15 minutes from your day to study every day, it will help you remember things that you can use in the future. That's why she doesn't assign a lot of homework. Now this is where I go to where the moaning and groaning is. I asked William, Billy Mollison, and Rebecca Herman how they feel about homework. They both agree that homework wastes trees. I know this sounds rude, but that proves how pathetic excuses are that a lot of kids make just to escape homework. They don't understand how important homework is. Here's a girl named Annie Cotto who is very optimistic about homework. She claims that homework is very important. I asked 5 people how they feel about homework. Rebecca, Billy, Brianna Lorenz, Annie, and Riley Noonan. 4 out of 5 of them think that homework is terrible, but teachers think that it's good. The question still remains, is homework good or bad?
Hello, I'm Annie Cotto, and I am here to tell you about the mystery person. Each week we will conduct an interview. A Gateway student is posing as the mystery person. Watch this interview and try to decide who is the person being interviewed. Stay tuned next broadcast to find out.
When were you born? I was born January 15th, 1929.
And where?
Atlanta, Georgia.
What were you famous for?
My push for civil rights for African Americans.
When did you die?
April 4th, 1968.
How did you die?
I was assassinated. Who am I?
Thank you for watching this this segment from the middle school news. And now back over to the high school news with Corey.
Hi, here's a couple of updates on school events. On Wednesday, November 21st, there was a college panel. During blocks 2, 3, 4, and 5, the seniors, juniors, sophomores, and finally the freshmen gathered in the cafeteria to hear Gateway alumni talk about both college and its importance in life. On Friday, November 30th, students in the junior high school had breakfast with the principal as a reward for earning good or excellent effort in their first term. 72% of 7th graders earned a good or excellent effort award, and 45% of 8th graders earned the honor. Food Services Director Wendy McCall and her staff provided juice and breakfast rolls for those gathered, and at the breakfast were Principal Mr. Finney, Assistant Principal Ms. Malvezi, and Guidance Counselor Mr. White, who introduced a guest speaker, Mike Mazeka, an admissions counselor from Westfield State University, who encouraged students to think about their futures and begin planning for them by doing such things as maintaining good marks and participating in early college awareness activities, as well as other guidance and school activities. Students were given index cards on which to write down the name of someone who had made a difference in their lives, and in addition, 3 lucky students received gift certificates to the Huntington Country Store in a raffle. On December 12th, the school store is opening. Bring your money for new snacks and enjoy a newly painted room. Some of the new food includes popcorn, cookies, juice boxes, Pop-Tarts, and Go-Gurt. Come visit the swamp. The Gateway High School choral groups are holding their annual Penny Social on Friday, December 7th, in the Gateway cafeteria. Each sheet of 25 tickets will cost $0.25. Ticket prices for special items will be $5 for $1. Advance tickets will be available through Michelle Groton at Main Street Styles or by calling Gail Lebrecq at 354-0223. Doors open for viewing at 5 p.m. and the auction begins at 6 p.m. Penny Socials have been a New England tradition for years. Patrons purchase sheets of tickets, and as auction items are held up, people put in as many of their tickets as they wish, and a winning ticket is pulled. Area businesses have donated all kinds of items. There will also be a bake sale with wonderful holiday goodies going on during the auction. Everyone is invited to come in and have a great time. On December 5th, from 9:30 a.m. to 11:45, the 21st Annual Holiday Brunch and Concert was held in the cafeteria in Gateway Performing Arts Center, free of charge for all Hilltown seniors ages 60 and over. The brunch was from 9:30 to 10:30 in the cafeteria and was followed by a student concert in the Performing Arts Center from 10:30 to 11:45. Thank you for watching this episode of Gateway News Network. If you have any ideas for stories, please email us at gnn@students.grsd.org, and we'll see you next time.